What's going on, guys? It is the SMT. I have some awful news to actually report. I kind of sat on this. I want to give a big shout out to Frankie, longtime subscriber, viewer, contributor to the comment section. Frankie kind of sent me the link. I started reading it, and it just got more and more negative as I read it. But it's news I have to report. So the situation is T-Mobile's currently in a phase where they're investing heavily into 5G infrastructure. You've got to put, all these different types of infrastructure components into place before you can go ahead and roll out spectrum and get the network going. So that's currently where, most carriers are right now. Obviously, they're turning on some 5G, millimeter wave. There's other things going on, but infrastructure is so critical right now because they're preparing for deployment in 2020. So here's the situation in the news. Contractors for the T-Mobile 5G deployment that are doing the build out and the infrastructure implementations are being asked by T-Mobile to put all purchase orders for work on hold. Now, any 5G infrastructure builds scheduled for this year are being pushed back to next year, probably mid 2020, unless the infrastructure is already in house with the contractors, which in most cases is probably not the case. Each contractor that's involved, and there are many of them, is claiming hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses and delays due to this. I think all of this labor, this work, this revenue that's being generated for the economy, all of that becomes jeopardized here. Just think about the gig jobs, the contracts, the sales, all that becomes jeopardized in all of this. There's one person and one group to blame for all of this, and it's Letitia James and the T-Mobile and Sprint, state attorneys general block attempt. It's them. This is not a shutdown. This is just a delay, but still, a delay is going to cost the citizens of the U.S. a lot here, and I'll explain why. So the SMT's take. T-Mobile has never canceled or delayed this type of work. And this is why I didn't report it right away. I had to look back and do the history on it. I wanted to see if T-Mobile ever delayed or stopped network deployment work, and I couldn't find an example of it. In fact, they've always tried to accelerate it. So they've always been true to their deals. They've always held up their end of the bargain and paying and getting work to be accomplished on their network. If anything, T-Mobile's always tried to accelerate things. I could not find a single instance where this was the case otherwise. The deal for the merger should have been done months ago. We're talking last June or May or who knows, the situation. But the block has become a serious issue. I think this is going to backfire huge on the states, especially Letitia James, who on one side is claiming that she's trying to preserve competition and consumer advocacy. This is the exact opposite. She's saying it's going to protect jobs. It's costing jobs. It's preventing the economy from improving and continuing to thrive. It's backfiring big time. And I think any competent judge and overseer in courts is going to see the flaw in Letitia James and the state attorneys general's block claims. So this is a complete backfire in my opinion. This only helps T-Mobile in that way, T-Mobile and Sprint, but it hurts them now because now they can't compete in rolling out 5G. Verizon and AT&T are cooking right now. They're getting 5G out really quickly, even though, we have questions about how they're doing it, but it doesn't matter. They have it. T-Mobile was late to LTE. They've tried to compete nationally in LTE availability. Verizon and AT&T are winning on LTE, and they're winning on 5G right now. This only proves the point of what T-Mobile's trying to do to become more competitive as a national carrier. Just ask yourself that question. Who does this hurt besides 5G deployments nationally and citizens of the U.S. in getting true nationwide competition? T-Mobile needed this, and the merger block got in the way completely. And this has nothing to do with Sprint. So you guys let me know what you think of these news. It's huge. I wanted to hold off to do this video because I wanted to see and look back if T-Mobile had ever gone through, a precedence, a situation where they had to stop production, infrastructure build-outs, and I couldn't find it. So I wanted to hold off and make sure I got all the facts, and I couldn't find it. So this is clearly merger implications all the way. And one last thing to address. Yesterday with the T-Mobile 5.0 and carrier move, where they're giving out the free service, I think this may ring some alarm bells to people, and it makes total sense. So if T-Mobile is going to be, they just had a huge quarter. Their churn rate is at an all-time low. They're going to be trying to maintain that churn rate being low, and the way they're going to do it is trying to convince people to get on their network, and they're going to try to convince people from leaving, even though people are seeing what AT&T is doing. It's a direct move to what Verizon and AT&T are doing from the LTE availability side and the 5G side. They don't want to lose customers, and they're going to try to retain as many as they can. I think they're trying to help keep shareholders and stock pricing on their side. If the churn rate goes up by any considerable amount, they're in trouble because they need investment into their company as they're moving forward to 5G. So you guys let me know what you think of these news, my opinions, any of the takes on these news. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Drop me a line in the comment section below. Thank you guys for taking time to watch this video. Big shout out to the Discord community and the Patreon page. Links in the description box below. And if you would like to support production here on the SMT YouTube channel, there's a PayPal share link for a smaller occasional monetary donation. Many thanks for those contributions in advance. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Bell notify yourself so you never miss an upload. I am the SMT, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.